I'm so excited for today's show because we have with us the goddess, Kimberly Brooks. Kimberly, I'm so excited that you're joining us today on the Ship It Show. I'm such a big fan of yours. You never disappoint. You're an icon, and you have a ton of characters that we could have chose from, but the fans chose Bumblebee. So I'm excited to dive into all things Bumblebee with Gene, who directs the show. Thank you so much for joining us today. I just love you so much.
Aw, I love you too. Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here, and I'm really glad that everybody picked Bumblebee because she's pretty amazing. So we'll have to see what happens.
The best. I love her. She's just the cutest character, and no one could play her but you. I mean, really, you are.
Aw.
You're such a goddess. I'm so proud to call
You're
you
so
friend.
sweet.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for being
Thank you,
my
honey.
co-host, because who knows, probably Greg's pooping right now.
I know. He could be anywhere. He could be anywhere of a number of places.
He really could be. We just know that he's not here, and that's okay. It's a better... This is the new BB Ray. It is Bumblebee Raven. We said it here first.
You heard it first.
With Greg and Tara. Welcome to the Ship It Show.
Oh yeah. I'm so excited for
Isn't he the
another
best?
brand new episode of the Ship It Show with my beautiful co-host, Tara Strong.
Do you know what we're talking about today, Greg?
I'm a nowist, so I just know that I'm here with you right now. And I'm excited for
I
whatever
don't know if you
ship
guys
we're
have seen
exploring
any
today.
episode-
And there's some amazing guests like we always have coming on.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you guys have ever seen our show, but typically Greg knows nothing, and it's fine because he's super adorable and funny.
Well, thank you. I represent the listeners that know nothing about anything, so there's a lot of us.
There aren't any. You know less than any listener, I guarantee.
Well,
I would bet my life on
I'm in my own category then.
Why?
it. Should we say hi to our guests?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so excited for these two. They've been in my world for a really long time. I'm going to have to start with my sister, Kimberly, because I honestly feel like we're sisters. We have had very similar careers. I feel like we look alike. You just need this filter with this little bumblebee on it.
How cute.
Oh, yeah.
We're both
Where's my
super
bumblebee?
nice, super smart. Yeah, you got to get it.
And super
filter.
beautiful,
Super smart, super nice, super beautiful, super talented, super moms.
super funny.
We've both had similar things go on in our
Wow.
lives, and I'm just obsessed with you,
It's
and I'm
true.
so excited to celebrate you today on the Ship It Show. The fans
Wow.
were so excited to know that you were coming, so welcome, Kimberly Brooks.
That was the most amazing intro ever. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I'm going to talk on my microphone because that's what I do.
You are such a goddess. I cannot wait to deep dive into Bumblebee and all things Kimberly Brooks in a minute. But first, I'm also going to introduce one of our favorite directors. For those of you who don't know, often in animation, they give us a director that has no idea what they're doing. And then we have someone like Gene, who, I don't know, how long ago did we meet? It's got to be 20 years.
Maybe 15. Yeah, it's definitely longer than a decade.
What about me and you, Gene? We met on a live action show almost.
Yeah, I saw you on live action stuff before I was even in animation. I remember you.
No way.
Yeah, like casting in a Venice bungalow on a. Should I say what? On like a Paris Hilton National Lampoon movie.
Yeah,
I think it was the
you
very
cast
first-
me in
Yeah.
What?
Pledge This, Paris Hilton National Lampoon's movie. It was when she was the hottest thing in the whole world.
Yeah.
I was in a crappy Lampoon movie too. Let's dive into all things Bumblebee first, because that's what the fans voted for. So we're going to start with Kimberly. And Kimberly, I want to know like what you thought when you first saw the drawings, how you approached this audition, the whole audition process. Just share with the world how it all went down that you got to be the glorious goddess Bumblebee, who I do believe was one of the first female black superheroes from the DC Comics. She joined the Teen Titans in the 70s. And it's like such an iconic, amazing character. So tell us how, of course, you fucking rock as her. So tell us how she came to be in your life.
Aw. I love you. Thank you. I guess I just got it the old-fashioned way. I auditioned for it. But it's Lauren Faust. I mean, come on, first of all.
Right.
Bumblebee is just amazing. And you're right. I think you're right. She is the first Black DC superhero. I think.
Female,
Right?
yeah.
Female.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what
so.
That's what I meant. Female.
Mm-hmm.
Correct us if we're wrong. And people will believe me. They will. But because that's how they do. But yeah, I thought when I saw the drawings, of course, how could you not love her? Just I think all of the characters in this rendition of DC superhero girls is amazing. You know, like we were talking about in the past, different shapes, different sizes, different ethnicities. I mean, everyone's represented. It's just an awesome group to be a part of. So,
And now you got Beast Boy up in the mix. What?
and Beast Boy, what?
Maybe some people ship BB Bumble. BBB.
BBB.
BB.
BBBB.
I think we're starting a new thing.
B to the
That's
fourth
kinda
power.
cute. Beast Boy, I would share you with Kimberly.
Oh, wow. I'm into that.
Would you?
Mhm,
Okay.
I know.
I think we could hang.
Ray Ray. BBB Ray. BBB Ray.
I think we just started a canon threesome ship.
BBB Ray.
Like,
It's on.
when people are
It's
all
on.
into BBBB Ray, they have to give us credit for starting this ship. Like, I just hope this is our ship.
First on the Ship It Show.
But the real love must be BB Ray with Bumblebee. Sorry, Cipes.
Oh,
You come
damn.
in when we
I
decide.
agree. Ray
Yeah.
BB.
And yes, of course, you're right. I mean, if Lauren Faust says, "Hey, I'm doing this," you're like, "I'm all in," because she's just so
You're like,
brilliant.
yes,
What a
please.
visionary. Yeah,
Yeah.
please. And Gene, you came
Definitely.
onto the show after it was cast. Tell us how you joined the DC Superhero Girls. How that all happened.
Right. So I was approached shortly after I left Nick because Sam Riegel, who was your original voice director, he got famous and busy, and he kind of moved off. And then with his blessing, I kind of moved on. So I inherited you guys post the original casting, and thanked him profusely for you guys because you were just such wonderful comedians. And then just dove in. You guys were a little established already, so it was less like shaping the clay, and it was a little more like making sure the clay didn't fall over during the kilning. So it's been a nice,
Right.
fun kind of job that way.
You joined the party in progress. You just bought
Mhm.
like new libations and new
Mhm.
snacks. Kimberly, is it the first time you've got to play Bumblebee?
I think so. Maybe
Wow.
I did like a short. I think I did a short or something like that in the past. But yeah, no, this is it. This is it. And you know what? I did audition to play Bumblebee in your show, Teen Titans, because there was another Bumblebee, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. She joined the cast. Remember that, Beastie?
I forgot about all that. I'm just joking. I'm
That's
just
okay.
joking.
It's
Yeah,
not-
she was great.
It's not
She
you.
was great, but she's not
You-
Kimberly.
Okay. Exactly. That's all we need to say.
But I just thought that was, that was just cool that there's another Bumblebee out there. Is all.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
but that could have been weird.
And she's so cute. Like, I do love the DC Superhero Girls, this version, in that it's before their origin story. So it's before anything terrible happened. And so it's just them in high school being teenagers. And it's so
Being
cute. And you're so cute, like how you approach it. Like, when you first saw the script and they said, oh, she's kind of shy. Like, do you remember any of those little... Because sometimes, like, when I tell a story of booking Raven, it's like a cool God shot story where I went in, I did what I thought I wanted to do, and I left. And then I came back and asked Andrea if I could try one more thing, which I don't know where that idea came from to have this little thing.
Wow.
So, like, do you remember anything from your audition or any inspiration, anything like that?
Well, I was really shy growing up. I'm still kind of shy. I know people don't really believe that, but I'm kind of like just being myself. Because I don't know. I felt sort of like an outcast growing up. So when Lauren really wanted that, really emphasized that was like, I think the strength of her character, is going to be coming from her overcoming all of these obstacles and shyness and things that she self-imposes. So I was really open to playing that and just having that as an experience. So I definitely tapped into that for sure. Like that's how I feel connected to Bumblebee. So yeah, but it's so cute, like how strong she's she really is.
She's
and
kind
how-
of you. She's kind of you.
Yeah,
like
I
you said,
know.
you're shy.
It's-
You're super sweet.
Yeah. Aw, thank you.
And I was reading some of her origin story, like how in the beginning she didn't have powers and she suited up for her boyfriend, and then she hurt the Titans, and then she joins the Titans, and then suddenly she gets more and more powers. And I don't know. I love like reading different origin stories, watching them all
Yeah.
play out in different shows and different versions. But this one is
Right.
really, really special. And also our cast, we'll have to do like a full DC Girls cast. It's a really special
Yes.
cast.
That would be cool.
Oh yeah,
Gene,
I love
does,
all
does
of
it ever
those
stress
girls.
you out to keep us all in line, Gene?
No, I love the stories that get told every 7 lines. No, it's fantastic. No, it's great.
He's not joking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You guys are all on a very similar level of like competence, and you all come from a little more traditional acting background, so we can just run scripts as long as I want, like 2 or 3 pages at a time, to run a thing like a scene, almost like we're rehearsing a play. And it's heaven for me because I don't have to read in anybody, and then I can just tweak each of you guys like with 2 notes, and then we do it again, and all the notes get taken on the first time. And then that's the thing I want, or I don't want it, and I change it again. And it's actually little, because when I jumped in, right, that was the same time that Amanda Rinda came on, and like there were, you guys came back for this second season, there were like 3 new sets of ears in that room, right? And so we went as fast as you guys were comfortable, which was almost too fast for them to start thinking about notes, which is a really good sign. If you're just like, I just enjoyed it, I didn't think about it, that makes it difficult for people who have to kind of like visually imagine it. But it's also a very good sign to know, like, you guys all know your characters. I'm just going to change situations and like make sure I understand the arc of the scene, right? Which isn't really the actor's job. That's the director's job, is to make sure like we don't peak in Act 1 and then it's just like a flat line through the rest of the thing.
You reminded me of something when you were talking about the different ideas you have. Just explain to like the general public what it's like, because it's not just you. It's like writers and producers and everyone in your ear, and how you have to filter that to try and make sure the actors don't get too tired. Like, you have a really big kind of often thankless job. So, I mean, just give some of the background to the viewers of what it really looks like to be in your seat during an animated session.
So when we're doing an ensemble record, which is what we try to almost always do with DC Superhero Girls or any other kind of show like that, is all the actors will be, back in the pre-COVID days, all the actors will be in a booth, or nowadays, all the actors are together on Zoom, and they're reading together. And then I'm on the microphone, and I control all the messaging to them from a peanut gallery of directors, producers, writers, storyboard artists, people like that who are behind me, who each have a different ear for what they need in the show. And the producer needs to hit a few different emotional points, and the director needs it to sound a certain way because it's going to look a certain way. And the writer wants to make sure all his jokes are hitting the way he imagines those jokes to hit. So they will work, and then it's my job to take all of like this small hurricane of ideas popping up behind me and kind of turn them into a narrative that makes sense and still works with what they're doing. And so we just translate that back and forth. Yeah. It's fun though.
That's not easy. It is fun. It's such a fun show. I mean, I love doing this show. It's one of my favorite shows. We really are like a family on that show.
Yeah.
We haven't worked with the boys really. We didn't work with you, Cipes. Well, I worked with you on the Teen Titans side when we did the crossover.
Yeah. But with me, it's so easy. I'm like, one take, it's done. Like, it's so easy for Gene always. I mean, I'm barely even needed to be there for that long in the session, so it's like I come and go quick.
Right.
I usually just mail in the script, and then he just sends back the take. He's like, these are the ones you want, and then it's done.
And I don't even need to record it in my booth. I just use my iPhone. It's like, because the quality of my voice transcends through
all technology.
The quality of my voice is so high already.
This is why BB Ray. Yeah. Listen, this is why BB Ray from now on is Bumblebee Raven. Sorry.
Hey.
Okay, I want to hear
I'll
about
take it.
any fun Comic-Con experiences that we've hadn't been able to go to cons, obviously.
I
because
have.
of COVID. But before that, it doesn't have to be Bumblebee, Kimberly. Any character that you've played that someone kind of touched your heart that was dressed as you, can you give us some stories from Comic-Con life?
Comic-Con life. That con life. Living that con life.
That good con life.
I have a lot of stories.
What's the most that
People-
kids dress up like you?
I would say...
Like what character?
Probably from Steven Universe, Jasper. Or just the world of that. I mean, Voltron's pretty good too. I got a lot of... But people are... there's something that happened on Steven Universe that spoke to a lot of people that didn't feel like they had voices before. And so I have a lot of people that I meet, just all ages and just all different backgrounds, that have connected through the show. And I just hear a lot of stories, how people met in line, how people's lives were saved, how people suffered from, identity crisis or gender identity or whatever the thing was going on in their life. And so I have a lot of those. I've been blessed to have so many people share those types of stories with me. And I don't know.
You've
it's
never
just-
cosplayed,
it's
I don't
amazing.
think, right?
I did one time. I did. I had the most awesome fan ever make a full-on from Mass Effect in 7 uniform for my character that I play that I voiced.
Stop it.
Called
Can you,
Ashley.
If you have a picture of that, will you
I was
share
like,
it with
so
us?
weird. This is so weird that I just happen to have it because I did a signing last week, and that's the only reason it's in my booth.
Stop it.
But right here, this is her, and this is what she looks like. So I gotta find my picture.
Yes. We should do like a DC Girls cosplay with all of us. That'd be so much fun.
That would be cute.
That would be my favorite. Cause come on, Bumblebee.
Gene
How
can
do we
dress
get
as
this?
Beast
Oh my
Boy.
God.
Where do we get him?
Gene can be a cute Beast
I'm
Boy.
sorry, but this version of Bumblebee is no question the cutest. It's so cute.
So
Whenever there's
cute.
a
Her little
Bumblebee-centric
Uggs.
episode, I'm so happy. She's so cute. She's so
when
cute.
she's Karen and she has her oversized sweater and her Uggs, that's me. Like that's my outfit. That's my go-to outfit. So that's how I will be doing my cosplay because I want to be comfortable.
Oh, I love that so much. I love that so much. It's so fun. We really miss going to the cons. It's one of the reasons we started this show right now as a way to connect with fans that have been missing all that.
Oh.
Gene, have you done
Genius.
a Comic-Con?
I've been to a decade full of Comic-Cons. Just back in the day, like when I worked at Nickelodeon, we also had to talent handle. So it was us and Tom Kenny walking around, and you and us walking around for Fairly Odd Parents, or those things. Cipes several times on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, man.
They're-
We turtled out
they're-
a bunch.
Yeah, they're.
Do you have a
Quite a
favorite
bit.
Comic-Con story?
I got weird sightings. I saw Tobey Maguire in a Spider-Man mask, like pulling it up and looking at stuff and not being noticed.
you
'cause he
saw
was just,
him?
Yeah, just in
Oh,
the
that's
mask,
hilarious.
just walking around. So
Yeah.
Um,
That's fun.
oh, I also saw just a quick Game of Thrones one, like that first season of Game of Thrones. Outside the Hard Rock Hotel, I guess Jason Momoa decided to get a breath of fresh air. Instantly got
Hello.
mobbed and was just trying to sign things as fast as possible. And while he was doing that, Peter Dinklage with a skateboard and a hoodie just walked right on by him and nobody noticed. So that's
How did
Comic
no one
Con.
notice him? He's
Right?
so
He's 50
awesome.
feet tall. I guess people were like, some kid. It was literally
And he's larger
like-
than life.
right?
Oh
He really
Just
is.
with the hood up.
There would have to be a pretty
love
big
him.
distraction for me to miss Dinklage.
Well, Jason Momoa is a big distraction.
Momoa might be.
And he was holding a skateboard. What's
I just
up?
think
This is not
awesome.
Comic Con related. We were at the Annie Awards, and remember Jason Biggs pulled my pants down on stage.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That was the first year of that Turtles, and you guys were all presenting together. Yeah, that was.
I mean,
I
that
don't
was
think you
something.
can
that's
do
a
that
really
anymore.
big deal, Cipes. You pull your pants off all the time.
I mean, this was somebody else pulling my pants off, so it was a little different.
But you do sessions in your underwear, and you've done this show naked 100 times.
Hey, you don't want to see below the
Oh,
jacket.
I was gonna say, how do we know it's not happening right now?
No, I have my Speedos on. I'm actually gonna go swimming after this. So
We're lucky he's here, and
Oh.
we're lucky he's not eating.
I am quite hungry.
Oh no.
Do you have any questions for our beautiful guest, Cipes?
Kimberly, when is our show that we did for Nickelodeon coming out? And Gene, maybe you could have some
Gene,
answers.
Can you please tell us?
What's
I
that?
Tell us
don't
things.
know. I don't have the inside
We did them
track
a-
anymore. I know they were done like a year and a half ago, and they're adorable. And the animation's amazing.
It's the best show. Greg is so good on that show.
Aw.
What is
Pete's
it?
just waiting
What
in
is
the. He's. Can we say? Should
I
we
have
say?
no
Sure,
idea if
why
we can
not?
say or
It
not.
probably will
Yeah.
never come out, but
Maybe don't. Maybe don't. You don't want to get in trouble. Don't.
No,
don't
no,
say
it's
it. Don't.
it's
I don't wanna
public
get in trouble.
information. It's
I mean,
public
it's already
information.
wrapped, so yeah.
It's not out yet. You don't know that.
It's
You're gonna
I'm
coming
not
get in trouble.
someday. There's an amazing show
Yeah, you
someday.
don't-
So Gene doesn't know. That was
you're
my
gonna
question.
thank me later. You're
Gene
gonna.
can't
It
say
is.
maybe.
We can
We'll
ju-
just
we
say
can just
there's
say
a great
it's-
show waiting to be released.
and it's wonderful.
Yeah,
It's
it is wonderful.
amazing.
I believe
It really
that.
is. Great cast.
I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
what
super cool.
happened.
Very cute.
Okay. Next question for the fans. Have you seen or do you have a favorite fan art of Bumblebee or your other characters? And for you, Gene, it can be any show that you've worked on, like something that's like, oh, that was really good. Like we had a girl on Titans, Tashira, that would like redraw all of our pictures as our Teen Titans characters. So we like love her so much. We had her on an episode. Like, is there anything that's like touched you in terms of fan art or music?
Fan art. I love when the young people can draw pictures and beautiful and send them to me because I can't even draw a stick figure. So I've gotten a lot of those. I don't have any handy. I should have some. I do have this handy.
Oh,
She's
I should
always
get
in here
mine.
with me in my booth. Oh yeah, I have you're hanging on my wall over there. But yeah. And
To your Greg Cipes
Anyway.
area.
I do have a Greg Cipes thing, but if I show it, it will give the show away that we did together. But it's right here.
Oh wait, you could
Okay, don't
show
do
it.
that. I don't think
That's
you can.
me. You
I'm
guys
not
saw it
going
really
to.
quick.
That's you. And you're
Actually,
here,
what do I
and you're
care? You guys get in
coincidentally in my
trouble.
booth. This is so weird. I'm not showing it. I don't want to
That's
get
cool,
busted.
Amanda.
I never do anything. I'll show you afterwards. I'll be like,
I would show the tattoo I have of you, but it's in a really special place. So
He says
I'll
that
look
to
at
all
it.
the
I'll look at
bumblebees
it
flitting
later.
around.
I have a lot of Turtles art, like fan art, which I really loved. And then the other one that I love seeing people do takes on is Legend of Korra, which I cast but did not. I was one of the casting directors, but I did not voice direct. But that's another one that like hits everybody really like in the gut when they're Korra fans.
yes.
Yeah.
do you remember who I played on that show, Gene? I'm putting you
On-
on the spot.
Korra, I can't.
Yep.
I can't.
I mean, you
remember
cast a
the
lot of
name.
characters. I'm putting you on the spot. I barely remember
Yeah.
the name either, but
Do you remember the name? No, he doesn't.
I remember.
He
I
doesn't.
played Two. His name was Two. T-U in Legend of
Two.
Korra. I was the
Two.
That was
cousin
right.
of the
Oh,
main character.
Korra.
Characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting.
It's really cool.
interesting.
Speaking of origin story, people always ask how you got into the business. So I'd love to hear from both of you. Gene, if you want to go first, and then Kimberly, like how you got to where you are today, what inspired you, some of the steps that you took. What are your origin stories?
Yeah, I'll take it as short as I can. I started, I went to school to be an actor, but by the time I got out, I realized I didn't want to be that. So I bopped around kind of lost in Hollywood for a few years until I got an internship as a casting director for live action stuff for Mary Renew and Monica Mickelson. Like I interned on Sin City and Idiocracy. And then kind of just like slowly went up in the independent film world for 5 years until something came up at Nickelodeon. And I'd always loved animation, so I jumped over to there, and kind of the rest is history on that one. But yeah, it started from a performance background, and then realizing I just didn't want to audition, rehearse, or perform. And so that's a little bit of a hindrance.
Yeah, those
That
are
is.
kind of key.
Although there is still some audition element to directing, right? Like you still got to kind of put yourself out there and convince the cast and crew or the crew and the production that you're the right person for that job.
Yeah, and there's a tiny bit of performance element while directing itself.
There's a lot of performance.
Because
You need to know how to
Yeah.
talk to the actors.
yeah, if I don't get
That's
you
why
can't
you're
take.
a good director. All good directors have acting backgrounds so that you don't say to the actor, hey, can you make it more squiggly? And we're like, what? Like you have to know
Yeah.
the right words to say to actors. Having an acting background
Mhm.
is essential for a
Yeah,
director, I think.
definitely.
Oh yeah, completely.
I have to
Kimberly?
direct Tara
Origin
all the time.
How do you deal with me?
I've worked with her. She's amazing.
Phoebe Ray. What's your
No,
origin
you
story,
always-
Kimberly Brooks?
Well, I was just gonna say on DC Superhero Goes, you always have, Batgirl always has like huge, quick, fast monologues, and you always nail it, like on the first take. I'm so
No, I
impressed
hate
with
her.
you. It's
Hate her.
incredible. I know. I'm like,
She makes
I
it
love
also
her, and
freaking
just
easy,
also-
Tara Strong.
she does make it look kind of easy. So it's like the bar's up here in that room. It's
I
great.
mean, look who's talking, please. I'm in a
Oh,
room of
come
greats,
on.
please.
Come
How'd you get
on.
your start?
How did I get my start? Thank you, Mrs. Kelly, when I was in the 5th grade. I was having issues because I moved. Let's just face it. I was just listening to an interview with Chris Rock, and he was just very blunt about it. I was born in the inner city, but we moved to an all-white community when I was, in the 3rd grade. And let's just say I had some trouble being accepted. So I had a lot of it was just an interesting upbringing. And until this teacher, Mrs. Kelly, who taught this class, and she had a puppet show in her room, and she used to put on children's theater, and she got me involved in children's theater, and I discovered I love doing voices and all of that stuff. So it kind of saved me because it was something that I found, and then I found friends in the theater and all of that kind of stuff. So that was my start. And then when I was in school, I went to an awesome high school that had a really good theater program. Like when we did Sweeney Todd, I got to be Mrs. Lovett, and we got the chair. The chair we had was from the actual Broadway show. So we have the stage, and she cuts the throat, and they go into the stage. So I had luckily, that's the one good thing about growing up with people that have money. So I got to really experience that and knew that theater was like not only a lifesaver, but it was the thing I loved to do, and it was how I had my voice. I was a theater major at Cal State Long Beach. I started a theater company called the Elephant Theater in Hollywood with a bunch of other actor friends of mine. And then I just knew I wanted to do voiceover, and like fish to water, it was exactly what I needed because it wasn't about what you look like. It wasn't about what race you were. It was like I could be a kid, I could be whatever. So it was like, oh, this is it. And I didn't have to be self-conscious. And once I'm in here on the mic, it's just like, that's where I can come out. So that's kind of how my career started. And I've just been really lucky. Like I literally booked my very first audition, which was a Doritos commercial. And then I booked my second commercial, and it was actually with Gary Anthony Williams, who I worked with this morning, with Gene. And he played my dad.
Aww.
And yeah, it's kind of funny because we've also played like husband and wife. But anyway, that's a whole other thing.
So funny. I love that
So pretty
so
much, and then I went into my first audition with Sandy Schnar, who's a really good voiceover agent out here, and I wanted to do promo work. Like that's what I thought voiceover was. It was like I just want to be the announcer, like Don LaFontaine. I just want to say tonight on ABC. I wanted to be that person. So that's what I was kind of doing, and I was taking voiceover classes at Voice Tracks West, and with I don't know, it's just I was doing everything that I was supposed to do, and I didn't have an agent, and Sandy Schnar agreed to meet with me because I had booked that first commercial, but I needed someone to negotiate my contract. So I was basically just bringing her a job. And she's like, do you do kid voices? And I was like, sure, yeah, of course. And so it was one of those things. And then I went into the booth with Art Butler, who's another voiceover guy. And I did my first audition with him, and basically to this day, Art still records my auditions. It's been weird during pandemic, but generally, that's been 20 something years, more than that. But
he's your guy.
So that's kind of,
he's
my guy. He's my guy. So
I love that so much. What a beautiful origin story. I bet you remember your first commercial you did.
Yeah, do you remember the copy?
Oh, yeah. It had to do with college, going to college, and like I don't remember. I was like a college student.
I remember my first big commercial. It was I started as a little boy in Florida, and it was like live action commercials, and it was
diapers.
It was for a toy called 2XL. And I said, my little brother has more brains in his finger than all you put together. And they go, it says who? And it says 2XL. And then you push it, it's like history,
so much.
science. I remember like it was yesterday.
Your big break.
We'll have to
I
find
love
that
that.
on the internet.
It's available. It's one of the highlights of my life,
We'll find it.
for sure.
I just looked it up. It's that robot-y looking. It's like the next version of a speak and spell. I remember that thing.
Wait, what's it called again? What's it called again?
2XL, and it looks
2XL.
like
I
like a
remember
Fisher-Price robot.
It's really cool. And then the second big commercial I did
Sounds familiar.
was Zap It water guns. Be wise, motorized. Zap it. Zap it. Disappearing ink. I did so many commercials growing
Wow.
up. Yeah, little baby Cipes.
I'm so impressed that you remember them.
I remember
Little
that.
baby
Did they give you
Those
a water
sound
gun?
cool.
I had water guns, and it was like on my shelf. It was like a trophy. I was like, and it was so cool. Like working as a little Cipes, I would buy go-karts and go on surf trips with my money. It was such a blessing to like be a working actor as a little boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is.
But my first audition, though, was actually Beast Boy after coming to L.A. and actually having a manager earlier on in my life tell me that I needed to have to get surgery on my voice because it wasn't low enough. Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. This really
Surgery.
horrible manager's
Like deep man voice surgery?
yeah, well, because he wanted to be on. He
Aren't
wanted
you
me to be
glad
on
you didn't listen to that?
soap operas so bad. He's like, your voice is too high to be on soap operas.
Instead of being
And-
like, wait, what can we do with your voice?
And fast forward, I freaking starred on General Hospital
With that little voice.
with
of
my
yours?
little voice.
Which is not
With your
very
tiny
You know
little
my real
voice.
speaking voice is this. I did get this after all. I got the surgery, and this is my actual.
Right.
It is.
And speaking of little voices, Kimberly's, you did get to do some pretty big promo stuff, aren't you? Like the voice. There's like some big awards show
I
you're
do
the voice
promo-
of. Am I wrong?
I do promo work all the time. Yeah, so my dream did come
Yeah.
true. I do a lot of promo work.
Yeah.
I was the first female, again, a lot of first, probably the first black, what did I just say, Mrs. Lovett? No, I was the first female primetime announcer for NBC. So that was like my big gig. That was like back during, I was doing like, this was like when Biggest Loser was on and I'm trying to think of all the other shows I did. Just, it was incredible. They call it the Golden Handcuffs because I was lucky enough they would need you like 6 or 7 times a day. And your agent would just call and go, okay, they need you right now. And you get the script and you just go. So that's why I already had this booth before pre-pandemic. And I was already set up because that's how the promo world works. And even now, like I just did, what was I doing? Promos for Grammys, promos for Academy Awards, promos for, right
so
now I'm
fun.
doing it
Those
for
little
so
awards shows.
Fox. Yeah, I love, that's like one of my favorite things.
I love promos. I was the voice of Cartoon Network for a while. I did all the voices for the promos for Cartoon Network, and that was so fun.
I think I remember you. Did you used to go over to Warner Brothers, the ranch, and do the promos there?
we did the promos at the ranch, but also I forget the name of the studio. But I just love doing promos. It was really cool to just
It's really
pop in
fun.
and do,
It's like my favorite thing.
It's a fun
I
world.
love
It's
it.
hard to break in, and I'm so proud of you. Like you did it. You had that dream and you did it. So I think the
Thank
next
you.
question should be like, what do you say to young girls that think maybe they don't have a shot? And some words of wisdom, and then we'll go to Eugene. What you would tell either your younger self or a young hope.
Or like to my daughter or anybody.
Your daughter, yeah.
There's only one you. You are you, and you got it. You just got to bring what you bring. I hope, at least in my perspective, is that the girls seem a lot more confident now than at least when I was growing up. I mean, I always am like, oh, I wish I just had someone to just tell me I was good enough or tell me I could, achieve this or achieve that. But I don't know. I'm so proud of so many of the girls that I meet, young girls. My daughter, she's 17. She's going off to college, but her friends are all going to these amazing schools. They're all doing really well. They're following their dreams, and I'm just really inspired by them. So I would say just do that. Follow your dreams, believe in yourself. Whatever your dream and goal is, it's unique to you, and there's enough room in the world for everyone to have everything that they envision for themselves. So
Totally.
that's kind of my general outlook on life, and fear is a 4-letter word. So being afraid of things is what holds us back. And you got to face those fears.
That is so true. It's so true.
Yeah, that's kind of my mantra.
Yeah, I came.
Because I've overcome a lot of fears.
Beautiful.
What were we gonna say, Greggy?
I was gonna say, don't ever pretend like you don't know what you want.
Right.
Don't ever pretend like you don't know what you want. And everything you've ever wanted, you'll get it, and you'll receive it in a way you never could have imagined. Better than you could have imagined every time.
So true. Because the universe is listening. And so don't, even putting any negative on something that you want is just not advised. And that comes from fear too, like being afraid to believe in something or afraid to think that you can
to make a move,
something.
to try, right?
To make a move, yeah.
Scarcity is a bill of bad goods sold to people because truly there's infinite amounts of everything in the universe. And once you start to really practice that, the fact that there is infinite amounts of everything, you'll see how the universe goes, here's everything you've ever wanted. You can have it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that. Gene, how about you? Some words of wisdom for the young Genes in the world?
Yeah, sure.
Gee.
I think whatever you want to do or whatever it is you think you want to do, make sure you do something towards that every day, right? Because we can get in a real slump of going like, I want to be at this, and then not doing anything for it, or it's like, I'm going to start doing this.
Yeah.
Just do something, and it can be small. It can be just organizing or researching, or like a little bit of energy every day towards a thing creates the snowball. There's no such thing as a break. It's like thousands of tiny little breaks. So just do something every day. Do something every day towards that thing.
It's true.
I love
That's
that.
what Eddie Vedder said. If you want to be a songwriter, write 100 songs. If you want to be a painter, paint 100 pictures. Do it. Do the thing. That's another thing I do say. I did steal that from Eddie Vedder, but I agree with it.
I came up with an amazing saying, just do it. Just do it.
I don't think you came
And then there's like a swish.
No,
as soon as
no
you
swish.
say it,
Just do it.
appears.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Cipesy.
I came up with that so long ago.
So, do you wanna just do it and ask your favorite stupid question?
Yes, this question is adored by all Ship It Show fans around the world. Ship, marry, kill. Somebody in the DC universe.
Since we don't, yeah,
you can explain further. I always fail at explaining.
Your
it.
ship.
I know. I understand the premise, but are you giving us the names? Or we have to come up with a name?
You can. So here's what you can do. You can either do it as yourself or as your character. And Gene, obviously, you do it yourself or your favorite character. Who would you like that character or yourself to have a relationship? Who would you like you or that character to marry? And who would you or your character like to kill? And let's stick in the DC universe since we're doing a Bumblebee DC Girls type show.
I'm gonna go after Gene.
Gene's like, thanks.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm just going to throw out the first thing in my head, and let's from the POV of Batman. He's gonna ship Aquaman. He's gonna marry Superman, and then who's he gonna kill?
That's a hard one for me.
It's not hard. Batman has a lot of enemies. That's not hard.
Yeah, but I don't think is it? He's going to kill King Tut from the first Batman series. From the camping. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Kimberly?
I need to get abreast of all my DC. Who are my options? There's just so many options.
Start with the DC Girls world.
Stuck. Like,
who in our group would you ship? Let's be real a minute. Who do you ship?
And you can be honest and just say Beast Boy. You want to ship Beast Boy. You want to marry Beast Boy.
Or you could say Batgirl. You could say Tara Strong. I mean Batgirl or Raven or Harley. You could say that.
I have a crush on all of them. Let me think.
All of them.
BBBB Ray.
I love the BBBBB thing, but maybe I do love Batgirl.
Oh,
she's the best.
She is the best.
You little
she's
devil.
The best.
You
okay,
little
solid
devil.
man.
So I'm going with Batgirl for my ship.
Okay.
And then I have to kill. Oh, who do I want to marry?
You can marry Batgirl.
Can I?
You can date her for a while and then marry.
But what if we're just like BFFs?
With benefits.
Yeah, and you don't have to get married. Fuck that. Who cares? Okay, who are you gonna kill?
Oh, no, I'm going to marry her.
Okay.
I'm going to kill... Who am I going to kill? I need some advice here. Who
Beast
do
Boy?
I kill? I don't want to kill anyone. Even people that annoy me, I don't want to kill them.
Just go with it. Don't be
Who's
afraid.
worthy? I'm going to say, like... What if it's, like, your opposite? What if it's, like, Harley? No?
Oh, that's interesting.
You're gonna kill Harley?
Oh, man.
But it's like the duality.
You're rocking the boat, girl.
I liked
You're
you
rocking
so
the boat,
much.
killing Harley up in here. Rocking the love
I'm
boat.
just throwing it out there as like but I'm like speaking psychologically. Like if it's like
Okay, I get it. You want to
sides
kill
of
me.
the same
Great.
coin.
Okay. This
No, I don't
conversation
know.
is now over, okay?
I
Over.
don't no.
That bee on your face has not moved this whole ship it show.
Because it's a filter. It's okay, number one, this is a filter because I've had a really busy day and I didn't feel like putting on. And I knew it was Bumblebee, so I put on a Bumblebee filter.
It's amazing. Technology
I
is
think
amazing.
that is so sweet. I want to know how to get that filter. How do I get that?
I'll show you after.
Tell you. You have to show me all
kids,
technology because
can
I don't know
you-
things. Who am I killing?
You said it.
Oh, you're not going to kill Harley? Okay, good.
No,
Shut up.
I didn't
She's
say
changing
that.
her
I
mind.
just throwing
She wants to
things
kill Beast
out.
Boy.
Oh, okay.
She's killing Beast Boy. It's totally fine.
Don't even think about it.
I'm gonna say I don't want to kill Beast Boy either. This is the whole point of the show, and I don't know.
It's not really.
It is. This
Who
is
would
the
I
most
kill?
important question you're ever going to answer your whole life.
I will say when we don't get to it on the live show till the end, people are like, "Where's Ship Mary Kill? Where's Ship Mary Kill?"
Told you it's a
They
sought
love it.
after question.
And see, I don't want to disappoint anyone. I need don't people like? Oh, because this isn't live, so people can't chat, right?
Yeah, they're going to chat.
People can't. Are they gonna
We
be
could
like,
ask the
do
internet.
this,
Hold on.
kill this person?
me ask
We
the
hate
internet.
you. We
They're
hate
going to
you."
chat. They're
Yes,
going to
please
super
do.
chat.
Or actually, Luke, can you do a tweet saying who should Bumblebee kill, and I'll retweet it, and then we
Because
should
she's
have
a
the
lover,
answer by
not
the
a
end.
fighter, and she doesn't
Take a
wanna kill anyone.
screenshot too, like a special up and coming Bumblebee episode. We want this question answered.
No, it'll be on
We
this
must
episode.
know the answer.
That's
If
what I
he
mean.
asks the internet, it will
Gene-
happen very quickly.
Gene, I often turn to you for advice.
She should kill the Ryan Reynolds version of Green Lantern.
Oh, dang.
Oh, ouch.
I agree. How did that guy get that job? That's such crap.
I don't know.
Just,
Good agents.
They
I don't
needed
know.
Gene to cast that.
Yeah. They were like, Van Wilder can do it. And
Who would
so-
you? I was gonna say, who would you cast, Gene?
Oh, is that kind of Green Lantern? I don't...
This is like recast.
Ship Mary cast. Ship Mary
Ship
cast.
Mary
Cast.
recast.
Cast.
I think that's what we're going to start
Oh,
changing
my
this question to.
goodness.
Ship Mary cast. Ship
It's
Mary
funny because
recast.
it wasn't so much Ryan Reynolds, it was the flaw of the character because he does such a great job on the Marvel series as like
Yeah,
a
that's
fast
what I'm
younger character.
saying.
So it had to be like I actually think Chris Evans could have done a much better job. Back from that era of Chris Evans in the like, I can't believe this is happening to me zone for him. I think he could have done a much better job than
He's
Ryan
good.
Reynolds. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. See, that's why you're casting. That's why you do casting.
Did you say... I spaced out. I was looking at the Twitter. Did you say you wanted to cast me as Green Lantern, Gene? Was that what...
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Nobody's cast that.
Okay.
Okay, it's tweeted. Okay,
Oh,
so
let's see.
we will have an answer by the end of the show.
People are stumped. They don't know.
Really? See, now I don't feel so bad.
All right, there's some coming in now. Kill Poison Ivy, says Trey
Oh,
Wallace.
that's very interesting because it's the mechanical versus the organic.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I don't like it. I don't like
There,
it.
there
You
go.
don't like that?
I love Poison Ivy. What the hell? No, I love Poison Ivy. That's ridiculous.
There is also a really
Look, we have to do what the audience says. You
like her versus
You
Giganta,
don't
which
have
is
to do
like
what
the
the
mind
audience
versus
says.
the mind versus the brawn.
Giganta.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see what other. You know what? We'll take a little
Who I
break. and
did
we'll come
voice
back
in
to
a
those
game
questions
or
in a minute.
something recently.
well, let's see what the
let's
live chat
answer-
says. Let's see what the live chat
No,
says. Live chat.
We don't have a live
Yes,
chat.
when this is
Live
airing,
chat.
there'll be a live
no,
chat.
that's not how it works.
Well, let's
no.
pretend like it works like that because we live in a
Let's
fantasy
pretend
reality.
we can see the live chat of the future.
You don't know.
Okay, but while we wait for the answer that's happening in reality, I would like Kimberly and Gene to tell the world if they have anything exciting coming up or any charities or other works that they'd like to promote, and also where we can find you.
I'm really bad at this stuff.
Also, we're not allowed to
I can't talk about-
it, so.
As I was saying, I can't talk about anything. So I wish I could because I have so many cool things happening. A lot of very fun, cool. I have never been busier. I'm working a lot. And let's see. I'm doing Mass Effect just released a new digitally remastered version of their amazing game. So I guess I like to plug them and the release because I just bought it and I'm going to play it for the first time. I'm not going to lie.
Nice.
And my daughter's going to show me. It just came in the mail on Saturday. And and the next, I think on the, I don't know the date. Check my social media, but I do have another signing coming up for that.
And where can everybody find you on social media?
On Instagram, I believe I'm Kimberly Brooks 11. And then on Twitter, it's Kimberly D. Brooks. I don't know. I'm really bad at it. I'm sorry. I have a weird reaction to social media. It's not my thing.
All right, Gene.
Where can people find it?
It's just like Kimberly, because everyone should know animation is so slow. It takes years from sometimes it's 2+ years before what we all do turns into a thing that you can see. So
or
the
longer.
only things I can talk about, or longer, yeah. The only things I can really talk about right now are this show, which is awesome. And then I do a little work on Fallout, all the Fallout updates for the online game, and the Nickelodeon Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that's going to be on Netflix, which is, I have seen some of the art and I've read the script and it's just awesome. And I did the voice directing for that. But those are the only things I can talk about. Literally, there's a half dozen other things that, just like Kimberly is like, Untitled project about a roller coaster.
You can talk about, you directed us.
Oh, you can't. I think I can say that where there's a, I don't know if I can. I think I can. That
Don't say
the
it,
game.
Gene. Don't say it.
I think I can say that.
You can, because I got an email.
There's a DC Superhero Girls game coming out. So keep your eyes out for that. And we recorded that a few months ago, and that one goes pretty quick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Busy.
And where can we find you on social media?
You can. I don't have a presence. I'm sorry. I'm old.
That's
I'm
awesome.
40.
Oh, you're.
That is awesome, Gene.
I'm jealous of you.
Alex Dunn on Twitter says you should kill Jasper, and that's yourself, right?
Dang, I never heard that.
Aren't you Jasper?
I agree with that. Okay, that's who I killed.
Am I right?
I killed.
Okay.
I killed Jasper.
Is she terrible?
I mean, she's made a recovery. She's better now. She's not so mean. So it's harder. Like back in the day, yeah, without a doubt, she's dead.
Okay, so Alex Dunn wins, and Kimberly's gonna kill.
Thank
Jasper.
you, Alex.
Oh man.
Jasper is dead.
We have some amazing cosplayers coming up that you'll see. They're so gorgeous, and you've inspired so many people, Kimberly. You're really such a hero in this world and in all worlds. You're an amazing mom. You're an amazing friend.
Aww.
You really are. You're there for someone at any hour, and I just adore you, and I'm blown
so
away by your
sweet.
gifts. And P.S. She does the same thing, Gene. Am I right? When she's got a big spiel, she gets it right off the bat, too.
Yep. You guys are both killer to work with.
I gotta pee like a racehorse.
Yeah.
Thanks, Greg.
I
Greg's
do
gotta pee.
rehearse.
I love
try
you
to
guys.
practice before.
I'll be back
but
if you're still here.
That's
Greg.
Yeah.
That's the end of the show for Greg. Greg, why don't we thank them
Hope
for joining
everything
us? Because they've
comes
been here
out
an
all right.
hour. We can let them go.
I have to pee like a racehorse. What are you saying?
God, I said you can at least say thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
It's
joining us.
the
They know
hour.
how much I love them. Gene, I love you.
I love
Kimberly,
you.
I love you. Thanks for being on the Ship It Show. All the
Bye.
fans listening, I love you.
Just go.
And don't ever
Amazing.
hold.
Enjoy.
When you gotta go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom.
Don't hold it.
It's not healthy. Otherwise.
That's his
really
advice.
sorry.
That's probably the most important thing that was said today.
Yep.
Well, it's a really good thing he didn't talk about pooping because that literally is a whole other long conversation. Guys,
Can I have
thank you
one?
both
Can I
so-
say one thing about poop? Can I say one thing
Yeah.
about poop?
of course.
My new puppy pooped in my booth the other day, and I didn't. My mic was already live, and I was already ready for my session, and I had just stepped out for a second, and she came in that instant and pooped in there, and I didn't see it, and I stepped it in my bare foot, and I screamed into my microphone.
Can we see this?
And I just
puppy?
wanted to tell it. Oh, she's actually not here for the first time ever. My son took her with him. She's gone.
What kind
right
of
now,
puppy
but
did you get?
She's a multi-poo. She's like this. Her name is Pebbles, and she's the cutest thing ever, except when she poops in the booth. Her name's Bubbles. Oh, that would have been so cute, but we had to go with Pebbles because our other dog's name is Rocky. It was just a play on words. But Bubbles,
You know what?
a
I
cute name.
played Pebbles once, so I'll allow it. I played Pebbles once.
Okay, good.
Guys, thanks for giving us your time today. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Hooray!
You're the
Mwah.
All right.
best. Kimberly,
Love
I'll
you.
call
I love
later.
you. All right,
Gene,
baby,
thanks
please
so
do.
much for giving us some of your time.
See you next time.
Mwah. To both of you. To everybody.
Kimberly, that was so much fun. Thank you for letting us deep dive into your life and in your origin stories, and you're such an inspiration. Thank you so much for being
Aw.
here today.
Thank you. That was so much fun, and I'm so glad we got help from the fans.
You're just the best.
I needed
And
it.
if you want to see Kimberly and more goddesses not like her, because there's only one Kimberly, please like and subscribe The Ship It Show where you find all your favorite podcasts.